Good afternoon. Here on this Veterans Day, particularly during this time of war, it's time for America to treat its soldiers as heroes and not as guinea pigs. Now let me introduce to you two brave women who have brought this case against Bioport. Nancy Rugo and Rhonda Wilson.
Good afternoon. My name's Nancy Rugo, and I'd like to share with you what brings me here today. About a year and a half ago, my sister passed away. She served in the Army. She joined in '95. She was very proud to be in the Army. She started the anthrax vaccine in 1998. And she was stationed in Korea and had 4 shots in Korea. And when she was done with her tour duty in Korea, she had already begun suffering just a little bit of some rashes and mild reactions to the vaccine. She was very tired and at the same time very happy to be back home so she could be with her daughter, who was at the time 2 years old. They transferred her to Fort Riley, Kansas, and she got her house and everything all set up, and she was pretty happy at the time. And she had 2 more shots to take. She's one of the few that I know of that went through the entire 6-shot series, which is an 18-month program. And when she had that 5th shot, she really began to become very severely tired, very fatigued. And she really thought that maybe she was overworked and just tired. And she was having problems at home taking care of her child. And then in March of 2000, she had a 6th shot. And after that shot, things really became really worse for her. Her rash was on her legs and on her arms, and she was having problems even getting out of bed. She was feeling like maybe she just wasn't getting enough exercise, or she just could not understand why she was that tired. Needless to say, 3.5 weeks after that shot, she woke up one morning and she started vaginally bleeding. And it wasn't just like vaginally bleeding, it was pouring out of her. She went to the military clinic and they had her waiting out in the waiting room while they took care of, maybe a broken bone or a sprain here and there, thinking she had a virus. So by the time she had the opportunity to go in, they figured she had a virus, and they did a simple blood test in this clinic. And they were very alarmed suddenly, and they immediately had to put her on an ambulance and get her to a civilian hospital that could treat her, because that blood test showed that she had no platelets. You need platelets to clot. She had no white cells. Her red cells were severely low. They had no idea what to do with her. They took her to Kansas City Medical Center, and at that time they began to do other tests on her. They figured she had a very rare blood disease. It's called aplastic anemia. This disease is very, very rare, and it's not researched as much as other diseases are. So they figured, well, let's look into maybe doing an emergency bone marrow transplant. And then they ran into another obstacle because she had no bone marrow. So I flew down there more than anything to get her daughter, and I'm assuming that she's going to be fine. We have a healthy family. We do not have a history of this kind of illness. My sister shared with me at the hospital that she felt that the anthrax vaccine was the cause of her illness. And she asked if anything happened to her, if I would please look into it and not to let it go. And that is why I'm here. I'm not going to let it go. I've done a lot of research, and I strongly, truly believe that this vaccine contributed to her death. And she passed away on June 14th, which would make it about 12 weeks after that shot. She passed away. And I'm raising her daughter, and I'm here to support other family members, and I'm also here to support all the veterans and all the ill people out there. I'm here for you, and I'm your voice as well. We all need accountability. We need answers. Thank you.